Yo, what's up guys, it's Nigel here, and I'm gonna bring you some more King of Fighters 15 videos, starting off with Yamazaki, my thoughts and feelings about him, and some pros and cons that can maybe help you that I've experienced while playing online, so yeah. So first things first, I want to talk about Yamazaki's, I think it's called double return, or I'll just call it return for now. It's a pretty good way to stop projectiles from multiple opponents, because a lot of the characters in this game do have projectiles, so use it to your advantage as a thing. It's pretty fast for the EX version. Heavy version's alright speed, light version is good too. Now, if you do the light version, you do get to keep it in your hand, and you'll notice like that real red fire on his right hand. That means you have it, and then you can throw it back at the opponent. If you were to do the heavy version, you could throw it back at them too, but it does it automatically. You don't keep it. EX does the same thing, except slightly more damage. Now, another thing about Yamazaki's return is that if they do an EX, you can absorb it with any version of his return, like this. Oh, I'm bad. Hold on, give me a second. Like, oh, like that. Goodness. So yeah, he can do that, and he can also clash with EX versions as well. So that's something to look out for too. Another good thing about Yamazaki is that he has a counter, or I mean a parry, I guess you could say. Yeah, counter, where he headbutts you if you press any button. But if you do a low, it'll negate the whole thing. You'll get knocked down. So that's just something to watch out for as well. It's pretty good. Say for instance you're in the they're in the corner, and you do it, they hit you. You can do the EX version of the stomp, and then they'll stay in the corner. Now, if it was the opposite, you're in the corner, you can do the light version or the heavy version, and now in the corner, and you get the advantage. So it's pretty helpful. Next is snake arms. Now, this is probably his most noticeable move that you'll see a lot of Yamazaki players use because it's crucial in all situations. It's really good for combo extenders and stuff like that. So make sure to use it. It's very, very important to use this. It helps you with most combos. That was not real, because of timing, but it's pretty helpful in a lot of combo situations. So you're gonna need to learn how to do this, because there's different versions. There is the kick version, light kick. There is the light punch and the heavy punch, which is low. And this is the EX. So yeah, and you have to press both punches to get the EX for this, because you will not get which one if you do that. Now you can cancel this, and you can just hold it for as long as you want. But if you want to cancel, you have to press heavy kick, and it'll stop it. Now this actually leads to something good, because let me talk about something else real quickly. He does have a command grab, which is pretty effective in the corner in a lot of situations. You can combo with it, like most other command grabs in the game. There's like the EX too, and it's a knockdown. So you can do that into his stomp. So yeah. Now the next thing I wanted to talk about with Yamazaki is that he actually does have a Kara with his command grab. It's pretty hard to do. So basically, say for instance you have them in a combo like this. You do that in the cancel motion, right? Then you press his heavy punch, because that moves him forward. And then while that is active, you can quickly try to do a command grab. So it'll look something like that. You would do this, that, and then punch. And then before the punch lands, you do the command grab. That is an option you have for Yamazaki. It is hard to do. I haven't mastered it myself fully, but it's pretty good considering. If you want to do a bootleg version that I do, that some people fall for, I just run up and grab him. That works too. But he does have a car as an option. You just need to do this cancel into a forward punch, so just regular heavy punch, into his grab immediately after. So that is a choice. It's very good, I feel as if. So use that as you will. Next, I wanted to talk about there is a thing that I forgot to mention about his counter, is that in certain moves, this is a glitch right now, so they'll fix it eventually, but in certain moves for him, he will get hit out of his counter. This is for some characters. Like, I can't get it to activate right now, but in certain situations, if he were to kick me in the air and I were to counter him, I would take the damage with him, so that's something you gotta watch out for. That has been a noticeable thing that's happened to me numerous times. I cannot tell you the amount, and it throws me off and I lose my momentum when that happens, so try to watch out for that. I can't make it work right now, but it is a thing that happens. It is a thing. Alright, next I want to talk about is his bad spray, which you do by doing uppercut motion heavy kick. This is a pretty good move in combos. You don't want to do it just randomly because it's not too good. But what this does is it allows you to cancel into your other special moves for free. Except for his headbutt, obviously. So what you would do for, say for instance, like a combo would be for him with it would be like this, that into his arm, or on the ground that. That's what I primarily do. So bad spray into snake arm, and then you can do a super or whatever you want to do. And then the light version of the uppercut motion with the kick is this, which is an overhead, which is pretty good if you want to throw off the opponent. Now, a thing to throw off your opponent, you could do this version, which will knock them into the corner. That'll get you a little bit of pressure to run down on them. The X version, this, called Divided Tempering, would be pretty good to do randomly in a combo to get them to the corner to apply pressure. So that's something you want to do too as well with him. I don't really see too many Yamazaki players do this at all. I just mainly see them do arms into bad spray. So that might be a tool to use, this one and the X version. So try to use that a bit more, I recommend. It's not the fastest move, but it can throw someone off for sure. Next I want to talk about is Pit Viper. It is a really good super to do, specifically the regular super version, not the EX, because they take damage over time because it does poison, and you can step on them like I just did just now for extra damage. So it's pretty good to change the situation, the type of battle, depending where you're at on the map. And it leads to most of his highest damaging combos. You want to do like his other super, which I'm about to do now, which is called Guillotine. And then you would probably want to do after that is this one. Because you can't, oh wait, actually, you probably want to do Pit Viper first into Guillotine, because if you do EX Pit Viper, you don't get the stomps after, which is a little weird. I think it's because they didn't want it to be super good, because if you try to do Pit Viper EX into stomp, the animation won't come out, because you see all that animation where he moves back, it won't let you. If you do that one, he just pulls his hand out and you can get a free stomp in. So that's better in that situation. But when you want to do the EX version, you want to do it when you want to get his ultimate, which is Drill. Now the thing about Drill is that there's 4 versions. There's a regular version where you press nothing. I believe it does 400 by itself. No, 420. And then he has the level 2 version, which is this one, which I think does 430 or maybe 450. Or 435. And then he has the 3rd version, which does 450 now? Yeah. And then he has the last version, which is the 4th version, which is the strongest version, which does 470, I believe. Now, a thing you want to watch out for when you combo with his ultimate Drill is that if you do the poison into Drill, you want to do the 3rd version, because apparently it does more damage than all the other versions. Like that. That did 709. If we were to do the final version, it will do less damage, I believe. Last, I believe it was 709, and now it's 667. So you want to do the third version if you ever do Pit Viper. I don't know why it does that, but the other versions do less damage. So just always do this version. Always go for the third one. It does the most damage for some reason in Pit Viper combos. I'm not sure for any other combos, but specifically Pit Viper. So recommend that you do that. I think it's because he does multiple hits and it scales it for some reason. So yeah. Now these are some cons about Yamazaki more now, is that I think his defensive options while in corner are not too good compared to other characters, because, well, for one, hold on, give it a second. This move, the computer messed up, but this move is not an uppercut. It may look like it, but it is not, because it's just a reflector, and you use it mainly for combos. So don't try to do this while on wake up, because you will get punished for it. Their best choice while you're in the corner, if they were to go in the air, in my personal opinion, is either heavy punch, but that's only sometimes, because if they do a quick motion you can't really stop it, and you will get counter hit sometimes, or maybe snake arms if they jump, like if you can predict them, snake arms. But I really personally wouldn't do that. I think this is the better choice, Shadow Strike, because if they were to run at you, like do a running jump, you can counter hit them, not counter hit them, it'll wall bounce them, and then you can get them into a combo, and now you're in the middle of the screen, and you're out of the corner. It's a better choice to do overall. And you can't wake up counter either, so I don't recommend trying to do that either. Another con would be that his matchups with characters like Whip, but there's only 2 of these characters, so it's not too bad of a thing, but characters like Whip and Billy would be a terrible, terrible fight for him, because he has to figure out a way to get in, and he can't exactly absorb no Whip, right? So what are you gonna, what's your best choice or course of actions to do? Now in this situation, because I fought a Whip online previously, and I tried to deal with it. I might show some video footage of that just to show you how it went down, but it didn't go well at all. Virtually, what you probably, your best bet is to do is wait for them to make a mistake. But Whip players have a lot of time, considering they can control the screen. You might want to try to do a Shadow Strike, but even still, you can get punished just like that. And even Snake's Arm is a bad idea, because they can hit you out of Snake Arms, because it is an extension of your body. So you don't want to do that, but the Whip is also an extension of their body. So it's kind of a double-edged sword of who's going to get hit first. So those are your main options, to wait for them to like make some mistake and then get in on them, or I don't really know, honestly. Like, this matchup is pretty atrocious for Yamazaki overall, and I think a bit of Billy would be bad too for him, but not too much, because Billy's not good, unfortunately. But yeah. Now, my initial thoughts on Yamazaki when I first played him, I honestly didn't think he was super good, or I didn't think he was, no, I thought he was good, but I thought it was just super hard to use. Honestly, I think that still is a thing for him. I think he is, out of the DLC characters, I think he's the hardest, only because of how you can do certain inputs with him. Like this. That's going to take some getting used to if you're a new player, to doing sand into that, because of the uppercut motion, and that's how most people do. Or say for instance, trying to get a combo, you might accidentally throw in the wrong arm like that or that when you want to do a different arm. It takes some getting used to make good combos with them. Like, you want to do this into that, or like all this, that. It took me a while to master that personally, so I think he is a difficult character to get into, but when you do, like once you figure him out with all the tools he has, he's a very, very good rushdown character. Could he beat a lot of good characters in the game, like K49, Kyo, Iori, yeah, and King? But his worst matchup, in my opinion, is definitely Whip. That's a matchup you're probably gonna lose, in my personal opinion. Now, I feel as if Yamazaki, he's not super meter reliant, like he's not crazily meter reliant. But if you want to get the good stuff, you're definitely gonna need a little bit just to do this and that. Because he does have the stump that does help out a lot. So I think he would either be an anchor or in the center spot. I forget what that's called exactly, but that's what I would put him at. I would not put him forward too much because, like I said, he's not super meter reliant, but he does need it a little bit, just to get the edge. Because if you don't really have anything, you kind of have to do stuff like that, or maybe this. Those would be your best choices since you don't have anything to do real damage, like, you know, someone like Yoshiro that can make really quick damage and rush him down really fast. But that's just my opinion. I don't know fully. I'm not a professional or pro, but someone might think differently. Hopefully, you know, I can learn, and maybe someone in the comments will tell me like, hey, no, actually, he's actually pretty good as a player. I don't know. But I think he is overall a good character. It's just that his defense is not super good at all because he gets hit out of most of his options. And then there's the glitch going around with his counter where he gets hit in, which very much hurts him a lot. I feel as if, like, right there, if that was like a different move, it would hurt a lot more. But something like that really does hurt the character so far. But that's about it, really. I think he's not a bad character. It's too early to place him, is what I'm trying to say, because it is day 3. So I say give it time, but I think he's overall not bad. I definitely think out of the DLC characters, I'll probably put him in the middle. I haven't really used Geese too much, but I think Geese is probably the best one out of all of them because of the amount of damage he can do, and he has counters, he has an uppercut, he has everything you need, a projectile. He's definitely the better one out of all of them, I think, in my personal opinion. And I think I would put Yamazaki in the middle and Billy Kane at the end because there's way too many problems with Billy Kane in this game. Like, this is probably the worst variation of Billy Kane I've ever seen in the game. I'll make a video about that later because I have used Billy Kane. It's been a horrible time. A horrible time. But, yeah. But that's my thoughts. I'm going to leave you guys with some combos that I've done. Maybe a few clips of some rounds to show you, to demonstrate you what he can do. Also, he can counter ultimates or certain climaxes. Like, actually, I'll show you the video clip instead of me just doing it. Look at this. Like that right there. That like when I was in that match, I'm like, dude, that dude has to be mad. I didn't know Yamazaki could do that, but he can counter ultimates if they are close up. So, very, very cool, useful thing to do for certain characters, obviously. But yeah, here's some Yamazaki combos. Also, if I said anything false or wrong about Yamazaki, please let me know down in the comments so other people can see it. And they're like, oh, well, actually, that's wrong, and then this is this, so they can help that person out. Because I'm still new to Yamazaki. Like, I only played him in 14, but not for very long. Hopefully, this will help people learn about him. That's why I posted the video, information I knew about him. But if you guys know more stuff about him in the comment section, make sure to post it down so people can see it, so you guys can help each other out. Because mostly how I found information about Yamazaki was seeing people use him during matches when I was fighting them, or Twitter. So I definitely recommend going to Twitter to see more stuff about SNK because I have not really seen any guides or tips on how to use Billy and Geese and Yamazaki at all. So I really do hope this video helps out people that don't know how to use Yamazaki, and I might make one for Billy or Geese later. I don't really know. I'm definitely gonna make a video about Billy because he's not really good in the game. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.